Now, with all that has been said and done, I think it is quite clear that there is indeed a case of xenophobia in South Africa. And if we are being honest, it has been so for many years. It is something the country is still trying to heal from. But regardless, there is also the question of, are there valid reasons these South Africans terrorizing other Africans have for their actions? And this might sound like I'm trying to support the violence, and I promise you I'm not, but I kind of understand why this is happening. I mean, we have a country that is struggling to satisfy the needs of its own citizens, and yet it is having thousands of citizens from other neighboring countries flood in and by effect spike up its unemployment rate, crime rate, and reduce the efficiency of its medical facilities. It was just a matter of time that this became a problem. For example, if we look at the US, which has the most immigrants in the world, that is over 50 million, originally it wasn't that much of a big deal. They were very lenient on their immigration policies till it kind of went out of proportion and the country's citizens started complaining. That led to the government getting stricter on their immigration policies and started deporting more and more illegal immigrants. This whole trend of massive migration into countries under the pretext of visiting the country and then deciding to stay illegally in the country is not a new concept, but also a very delicate one, because there is hardly a way to solve it without hurting people. When someone has established a life for themselves somewhere and then is asked to leave, they usually don't take it lightly. But also, if you are staying illegally in South Africa, whether you are an African or not, it is still illegal. And I know, as Africans, we pride ourselves in being united and welcome of other African countries, which is wonderful, but there is also something such as overstaying your welcome, which we need to understand. Is it terrible to tell people to leave the hospital and deny them medical aid? Yes. Is it terrible to brutally beat up people because you don't want them to be in your country? Yes. What we are seeing on social media is awful and should be stopped. But it doesn't take away from the fact that there is a legit concern the people are expressing that, if not addressed with care, might prove more disastrous for South Africa in the long run. What is happening now is causing great tension between South Africa and other African countries, which can become troubling for the nation if they ever, like before, need Africa to step in for them in the future. Not to say South Africa should become slaves to Africa, but they should reconsider how they are going on about this. At this point, it is left to their government to find the most appropriate way to satisfy and protect its citizens while not causing conflict with other African nations, which might be a very difficult task at the point we are in, but we can't lose our brotherhood as Africans. We need it to grow. And yet still, brotherhood must respect boundaries.